Kelsey Plum makes bold claim about Caitlin Clark's teammate after reaching WNBA Milestone against Indiana Fever. List of cities Indiana has beef with: Detroit, Cleveland, Los Angeles. That's what the Sparks posted after their win over the Fever, and it wasn't just a victory post, it was a full-on roast. The jab was aimed squarely at Sophie Cunningham, who's been catching flack ever since she tossed shade at potential expansion cities like Detroit and Cleveland. Sure, it was all in good fun, but did the Sparks just spark a new rivalry? Maybe, maybe not. While the Fever might not have a true rivalry with the Sparks yet, they definitely have a nemesis there: Kelsey Plum. The Indiana Fever just lost to the Sparks again, and this one must have stung because that's now 2 losses to Los Angeles in just 10 days. The last time LA won was back on June 26th. And once again, they were missing Caitlin Clark, who's now missed 5 straight games with a groin injury. With Clark out, it was Aaliyah Boston who dropped 23 points and grabbed 12 rebounds to try and carry Indiana, but it wasn't enough. For most of the game, it was neck and neck. There were 10 ties and 12 lead changes. Indiana even had a 4-point lead with under 2 minutes left. But just like that previous game in LA, they crumbled in crunch time. Both teams love to dominate the paint, and the Fever actually edged it 46-42 down low. But it was the Sparks' efficiency from deep, hitting 10 of 22 threes, that helped them stay afloat. And when things got tense, Kelsey Plum put her stamp on it. In the second quarter, Plum got knocked to the floor by Kelsey Mitchell during a pick and roll. Instead of jawing or flopping, Plum looked straight at the crowd and started knocking out push-ups, 3 of them, right there on the hardwood. The ball had flown out of bounds. Teammates De'Erica Hamby and Azura Stevens helped her up, and from there, Plum was laser-focused. Post-game, she gave props to her defender, saying, "Kelsey's really a tough check. I think she's the fastest guard in the league with or without the ball. Just trying to do what I can." Is there any doubt? In this one too, Mitchell added 19 points and continued her strong run as one of Indiana's top contributors in recent games. Meanwhile, Plum finished with 20 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds, and more importantly, another win over Indiana. While Saturday's 89-87 win helped the Sparks snap their losing streak, it might have meant something extra for Plum. Why? Well, she has had her fair share of physical battles with the Fever over the years, and she clearly does not like losing to them. Here's the stat that'll blow your mind. Kelsey Plum is now 21-1 against the Indiana Fever in her WNBA career. Yes, she's played Indiana 22 times and only lost once. That gives her the highest win percentage in WNBA history against a single team, minimum 20 games. The only time she did? Way back in 2019 while she was still with the Aces, where she dropped 16 points in a 15-point loss. Since then, it's been one win after another. 19 of her 21 victories came while wearing an Aces jersey. Indiana hadn't even beaten Las Vegas until this July, and that was the one game Plum wasn't on the roster for. So now, with the Sparks, she's kept this streak alive. And you know, she's going to get another shot at Indiana soon. Circle August 5th on your calendar as Plum will try to improve that historic win percentage. Or things might change as Clark returns. For now though, even with Clark sidelined, these two keep giving us highlights. Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Plum's another funny encounter. They still haven't shared the court this season, but Kelsey Plum and Caitlin Clark are already giving us one of the WNBA's most entertaining opponents. Saturday night's Fever vs Sparks game was tight all the way through. But just like their last matchup, we still got another hilarious Clark Plum moment that had the internet talking. Because even when she's not playing, Clark's got jokes from the bench. So here's what happened. The refs called a defensive 3 seconds on LA, a standard call, for when a defender camps in the paint too long without actively guarding anyone. Plum wasn't having it. She immediately walked over to plead her case to the official. But the real moment? It came from the sidelines. Clark stood up, started clapping for the refs, and then hit Plum with a sarcastic little gesture like, "Okay, you can chill now." The whole thing was absolute comedy. FNS caught it instantly. And if this all feels a bit familiar, you're not imagining things. Last game, it was Plum pointing at Clark, who was just standing on the court during a dead ball right before halftime. Clark wasn't even checking in when Plum noticed and started pointing her out to the ref, even throwing up a T gesture with her hands, maybe joking that Clark should get a tech. But there was no whistle, no beef. Clark didn't move. She just stood th.